Malaysia's history is said to have started from the Sultanate of Malacca, which was around 1400 AD. Malacca emerged as a glorious government because of its strategic location, which was the meeting point between East Asia and the Middle East. Islam was the main religion which emerged and became the main religion of the residents because the ruler himself had professed the religion. In 1511, Malacca fell into the hands of the Portuguese, and that was the beginning of the colonial era in Malaya. Malaya fell into the hands of the Dutch in 1641 and British in 1824 through the Anglo-Dutch Treaty. British colonization was the longest compared to others. The British had integrated all the Malayan administration, which was previously managed by the Malay rulers with the help of state dignitaries. The British intervention had aroused dissatisfaction among the local population. 1920s and 1930s. Many residents of Malaya had started to receive education, either from the Middle East or local education. This educated group had appeared to fight in the name of nationalism. They used media such as newspapers and magazines to spread their ideology. There were also among them who had formed associations such as the Kesatuan Melayu Muda (KMM) and Kesatuan Melayu Singapura (KMS). They were jolted by the Japanese landing at the end of 1941, which brought Malaya to another colonial era. Japanese resignation has given space to the Communist Party of Malaya (PKM) to control Malaya. PKM has launched attack on Malaya through violence. They had murdered 3 European rubber farm managers in Sungai Siput, Perak, in June 1948. Sir Edward Gent has declared emergency over Malaya. PKM did not succeed Malaya, and the British returned powerful. The 1st of April 1946, the British established the Malayan Union. However, this idea got a fight from the Malays for abolition the royal institutions and the Malays' privileges. The emergence of Tunku Abdul Rahman had given a silver lining to the struggle of the Malayan nationalists when his action of forming the alliance party had started to open the eyes of British to allow the Malayans to govern their own country. Malays, Chinese and Indians unite led to the London Agreement that was signed on the 8th of February 1956 and had given signs that Malaya will achieve independence on the 31st of August 1957. British colonization have leave an immense impact on Malaysia. Some of the most prominent ones can be seen through the settlements and parks that are erected during British rule. Taiping was one of the first towns in Malaya to be developed by the British, and this is reflected in the grandeur of some of its architecture. It was the capital of Perak until it was superseded by Ipoh. Taiping is steeped with historical treasures. The discovery of tin deposits in the 19th century attracted settlers from China, which marked the beginning of Gihin and Han San clans in Perak. The name Taiping was inspired from Chinese characters Tai, which mean great, and Ping, peace. Located 302 kilometers in northern Perak, Taiping is rich with historical and cultural wonders and natural splendor. Known as the wettest town in Peninsular Malaysia, it boasts places of attractions like the Taiping Lake Gardens, Bukit Larut, Zoo Taiping and Night Safari, Burmese Pool and Taiping Heritage Trails, which showcase many historic firsts for Malaysia. The Taiping Lake Gardens was originally a mining ground before it was established as a public garden in 1880. The idea of a public garden was the brainchild of Colonel Robert Sandiland Froude Walker. The garden was developed by Charles Compton Reid, 1880 to 1933, who was also responsible for planning the Kuala Lumpur Garden Town together with Lady Swettenham. The abandoned tin mine ground was donated by Chung Keng Kui as a recreation park for public use. Rolling Meadow is the concept that was used to inspire the idea. It focuses on the greenery, open spaces and beautiful trees as its main component. In 1884 the gardens were planted with grasses, flowers, and trees. A part of the gardens was fenced. To keep bulls out, the 64 hectares 160 acres site was the first public garden in Malaya, and was cherished for its beauty. It has been well maintained since its opening. There are 10 scenic lakes and ponds, which highlight the gardens. There are few private and government houses located near the gardens. Among them are the old residency, home of the secretary to the resident Raja's house at the junction of Birch Road. The intangible effect of the colonization can be seen through the culture of Malaysia. Language, multicultural foods and education are some of the significant effects. Approximately 60% of Malaysians speak English proficiently. English was taught in schools and used in business and administration until 1956. Independence saw a change from the colonial language in favor of Bahasa Malaysia. This legacy not only gives the nation and citizens worldwide opportunities, but it also boosts tourism and business. However, for one reason or another, Malaysia's English proficiency in the 21st century has started to decline. The second one, air food cuisine in Malaysia. Malaysia boasts a vast number of ethnicities who identify as Malaysian, as the tin mining industry flourished. 1.5 million Chinese moved to work in Malaysia between 1881 and 1900. A substantial number of southern Indian Tamils were encouraged to migrate by the British to work in the rubber plantations in the early 20th century too. The British in Malaysia influenced Malaysian cuisine. The demographic shift indirectly had an influence on Malaysian food forever. The most important heritage of the British in Malaysia is education. From the first English school dating back to 1816 in Penang to the 21st century, the British had a revolutionary influence of the Malaysian education system. The effect of British strategy of divide and conquer saw Malaya to be divided by its race. 4 types of schools are created, which are Malay Vernacular School, Chinese Vernacular School, Tamil Vernacular School and English School. This kind of system have leave a massive impact on the upbringing of Malaysian and created a separation between race and ethnic.